In the news this week, a Christian CEO wins his religious discrimination case. LGBT activists claim the NHS has appropriated their rainbow. And the latest attempt to legalise assisted suicide in Ireland stalls. Hello. An employment tribunal has ruled that Scotland's biggest grant-making trust unlawfully discriminated against its CEO because of his Christian views on marriage. The tribunal said Kenneth Ferguson was unfairly dismissed by the Robertson Trust and that he had been subject to religious discrimination, both by the Trust and its chairwoman, Shonag McPherson, for believing that marriage is exclusively between a man and a woman. Following the judgment, Mr. Ferguson expressed relief it was all over. I was treated by the Robertson Trust in a way I had never been treated before in my whole professional life, but I'm satisfied that justice has been done. The tribunal has ruled that they were wrong to behave that way, and I'm grateful. I also want to thank those who have supported me and prayed for me, especially those at the Christian Institute who have been such a blessing to me. The Institute's Simon Calvert also welcomed the outcome and highlighted its wider implications.
Well, we've been involved in a number of cases where the courts have ruled that Christian beliefs about marriage and sexuality are protected by equality law. Today's victory is another affirmation of that principle, and it's a shot across the bows of any employers who think that you can discriminate against Christians in the workplace.
A GP suspended for running an unlicensed transgender clinic for children is facing allegations of misconduct at a medical tribunal hearing. Disgraced medic Helen Webberley faces 29 charges, including failure to provide good clinical care to 3 patients, and that she prescribed inappropriately to 2 patients. All 3 patients, who were aged 11, 12 and 17 at the time, were prescribed testosterone by Webberley. One of them also received life-changing puberty blockers. The tribunal was told that Webberley had compromised the patient's safety and treatment outcome and put them at risk. The founder of the Rogue Clinic, which continues to bypass regulatory guidelines and prescribe puberty blockers to children online, denies most of the charges. In December, the High Court said it was highly unlikely children 13 and under could genuinely consent to hormone blockers, and very doubtful 14 and 15-year-olds could do so. Widespread use of the rainbow as a thank you to NHS workers during the pandemic has upset LGBT activists, a Freedom of Information request has revealed. Scottish Government documents show that members of a group set up to oversee the introduction of the NHS Scotland Pride badge scheme believed that the meaning of the rainbow had been distorted by the pandemic. As a consequence, the group's minutes recorded there was a need to have a strong campaign behind the rollout to make sure people truly understand what these badges represent. Prominent homosexual rights campaigner Peter Tatchell told The Times that the NHS was guilty of blatant cultural appropriation for using the same 6-coloured symbol. He also called on the Health Service to create its own symbol. The true meaning of the rainbow is recorded in Genesis chapter 9. And finally, the Irish Parliament's Justice Committee has halted the progress of a bill attempting to legalise euthanasia. Following a public consultation on the so-called Dying with Dignity bill, senators have said that it has serious flaws and should not proceed, while a special parliamentary committee is set up to examine the whole area of assisted suicide. According to the Justice Committee's report, a concern frequently raised by the public was that the bill could result in the abuse of the sick and vulnerable, who may perceive themselves to be a burden on their family and feel pressured into opting for assisted dying. The majority of medics were opposed to the bill. Had the bill passed, residents in Northern Ireland would also have been able to travel to the Republic to be killed. Responding to the news, campaign group Hope Ireland said the government should be assisting people to live, not assisting them to die. Well, that's all for this week. For regular updates and information on all of our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.